Hey dudes, as promised, I'm doing a review of the rubberized Swiss M90 waterproof rucksack that I showed you in the last video, briefly in the beginning. I'm in two minds whether or not to call the video off, because when I left the house to come down the field, I put the rucksack in my Alice pack, packed the phone obviously, spare battery, and I forgot the tripod. So I'll see how this video goes. If you're watching this, then it turned out to be okay, and I decided to post it anyway, but we'll see. So anyway, I've brought it down. I just tucked a, just to fill it out a little bit, in my hammock hanging there behind me. That's the One Wind 12-foot double wide, right? In there, or what stays in there, because I sleep down there quite regularly, is Dutch Army poncho liner, Dutch Army poncho liner. So I've quickly taken that out of there and stuck it in this rubberized M90 Swiss rucksack, just to fill it out a little bit so it doesn't look all deflated and stuff. I mean, it's not full by any means, right? You can fit a hell of a lot more than that in there, but for all intents and purposes it's not looking too bad. So I'll just turn it around and I'll start it off. Alright, so that's it there. Okay, so to get a bit of a close-up, as you can see, it's rubberized. Okay, it's a very well put together rucksack. This was unissued, absolutely unissued, never used. I got it from Forces Uniform and Kit here in the UK, which is where, to be perfectly honest, I get most of my army surplus from. So let me just turn it around. This is the back, right? Very, very basic. This here is your lumbar support, sponge in there, and there is the imprint, all right, that normally you'd write your name in and all that, and what squadron you were with, what have you, right? It's unused, it's completely unused. It was in mint condition, like it just comes straight from the factory. So, as I said in the last video, when I got it, and I thought, oh, this looks great, you know, and I put some stuff in it, I put an overnighter in there, I just managed to fit enough stuff for an overnighter in there, and then I slung my bedroll on the bottom, right? I used some extra straps. I strapped it over the top and underneath, and I strung my bedroll under there. I had a fair old weight in there, because we were staying out overnight. I didn't know whether there was going to be any access to water, so I took plenty of water with me, plenty of food, sleeping bag at the time, and my bedroll, and I put it on, and I was like, no way. There is no way I'm walking out of the house with this on. It was so uncomfortable, because it's quite squat. It's not very tall, and it ain't that wide, to be perfectly honest. I have no idea how many litres it is, but when I've emptied a 30-litre rucksack into that, it was roundabout. So I'd say it's around about 30 litres. It might be a bit more, it might be a bit less. Anyway, so off the bat, and like it very much. Well, that's fine, okay? It was 20 quid. It was 19.99 from Forces Uniform and Kit, okay? I can't believe it's almost the end of September and that's still in. Anyway, so back to the rucksack. Call it 20 quid, right? It was 20 quid, 20 British pounds. So I thought, well, you know, is it worth me sending it back now just because I don't like it, or will I sometimes find a use for it? And then because I do a bit of fishing, I'm thinking, well, if I go fishing, I don't want my gear to get wet. It doesn't have to be heavy, and to be perfectly honest, if you've only got a few light things in there, like you're going on for a day walk, it's perfectly comfortable. But if you start to load it, like you're doing an overnighter, and you need plenty of gear, that's when it starts to suffer, and it's really, really not very comfortable then. But anyway, I think I was in work. And I'm sort of daydreaming a little bit. And I started thinking about the Alice pack frame. And I thought, okay, so the Alice pack is 35 litres, the medium Alice that I have. And this is around about 30. Would I be able to somehow fit this to the Alice pack frame? So then all of a sudden I can't wait to get home from work because I can't wait to try it. So anyway, it turns out with a little bit of coaxing and some Velcro fasteners, it worked, and it worked well. I was incredibly happy with it, and it holds quite a bit less than the medium Alice, and I know the medium Alice is 35 litres, so this may be around 25, maybe 27, something like that. Regardless of that, if you're doing an overnight there, and I like to use a bedroll anyway, so I'll have a British Army bivvy with a sleeping bag inside, and sometimes I'll roll out an air mattress inside there as well, and then all I got to do when I get there is just blow the air mattress up and there's your bed. You can use a rucksack for a pillow, or your boots, or whatever, so I thought, yeah, this is going to be good. And then when I used it that time to come down, I did the review on the cook sets a couple of weeks back, which by the way was fantastic. I mean, I've had pushing 800 views on that now. Wow, thank you. If you watched that, thank you so much. I really enjoyed doing it, even though it was long. I know it was long, right? I do long videos. But anyway, if you watched it, thank you, because it's pushed the YouTube algorithm up and getting more and more views every day. It must be going to, if somebody searches for like mess kits or cook kits or mess tins or whatever, then it's getting towards the top on the searches. So thank you for that. I really, really appreciate it. And if you subscribed as well, which quite a few of you have, even better, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that. Anyway, back to this rucksack. Oh, I dropped you now, haven't I? See, this is what happens when you haven't brought the tripod. So, this Swedish rubberised M90, right? Size-wise, I mean, as a day pack, and you know it's going to rain, you can't go wrong. Plenty of room in there for anything you want to take out for the day. You could have 3 meals in there, 4 litres of water, easy, right? Waterproofs, whatever you need is going to fit into this thing. Overnight is a bit of a stretch, right? But if you know how to pack things properly, and you take what you need, not what you want, then you get in there, all right? You sling a bedroll underneath. I was fine with that. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to leave it there for a second, and I'm going to put it on the Alice frame, and then I'm going to show it to you again, right? I don't think there's any point in me going inside it and everything now while it's in this position, when it's not on the Alice frame, because that's not how I use it, right? And these straps that's on it at the moment, which came with it, I don't use these. Now, anybody who owns an Alice knows there's attachment points on the frame, all right, that fit on the rucksack. This is totally different. On the back of the Alice, you've got a patch there, which is hollow underneath. It's sewn into the Alice, it's reinforced, and the frame of the Alice then goes up inside it. There's not that on this. However, you do have these D-ring type things, right? So unhook the strap, and you've also got them down there as well. And anybody who's ever fitted an Alice pack to a frame before will know that if you've got something to attach that to the back of the Alice pack, you're laughing. And I got some Velcro straps. I knew they'd come in handy one day, bought them ages ago, hardly used them. All of a sudden I'm like, they'll be perfect for this. So I'm going to leave it there now, and I'll come back in a sec after I've put this on the Alice frame, and then we'll have another look at it, right? So see you in a bit now. Ta-da. Hey dudes, I'm back. Right, so I've just put the Alice frame now on this bag. It's completely transformed it. It wouldn't fit unless you use something to, and that's just decided to come out again. Decided to use something to tether those 2 little square brackets I showed you on the back of the rucksack to the actual frame itself. And it doesn't look fantastic, right? I'm sure there's an easier way to do it, but this is what I found to be most effective. So this is what I'm doing. And I already had the Velcro straps here anyway. So let me just turn you around, and this is it, okay? There we are. Let me just zoom out a bit. There we are. Right. So this is an aftermarket Alice frame. that, believe it or not, I bought brand new on Amazon. And it's fantastic. I decided to use the waist belt, right? This bit that came with it, and the straps. Because the straps had a bit more of an updated quick release system on it. And it also had a pocket there. You can put something extra in. It just felt a bit comfier. Oh, and also, your standard Alice doesn't come with, well, mine didn't. Doesn't come with a chest strap. Okay, so for those 3 reasons, I decided to use the straps on the waist belt that came with the aftermarket frame. But there it is from there, okay? Another great thing I like about this buckle, super quick release, is press, right? That's all it is. And on there I put, you might have seen this in my last video, it had some weird sort of metal clip on there that I'd never seen before, so I buggered that off. It's just a belt loop, and that fits perfectly on there, and that fits then your American style shape canteen. And this is the Nalgene I got on there. Alright, it's empty because I just finished the last of the water. So this now, I mean, if you love the outdoors the same as I do, you don't let the weather stop you, right? No one does, do they? If you love it and you've got to get out and it's good for your soul, then a bit of inclement weather, a bit of rain and wind is not going to stop you. So with that in mind, if you've planned a walk, a camp out, an overnighter, whatever, on the weekend, you know it's going to be wet, this is the boy for you. That being said, let me turn it around a minute, right, so you can see the front. That being said, because it's not massive, if you pack carefully, this will do you for an overnighter. It really, really will. Okay. Now, what I did, I strapped a bedroll to the underside of this, and I just ran straps right the way around the whole thing. All right, because there aren't any loops under there for you to run a strap through. But because it's on a frame, when you go around the back, you can stay inside the frame parameters, and that'll hold it in place. So yeah, bedroll underneath, and then absolutely jam-packed it full, and it was fantastic. And if you remember, if you watched the last video, and I was talking about this weird curved bit on the front, that inside there is my Dutch Army poncho. I can tighten it down more than that if I want, but this is just for illustration purposes. And normally the pack will be a lot fatter because you've crammed it full of your gear, and that fits in there fantastic. I think this was for some sort of helmet, whatever the Swiss Army wear, Kevlar, whatever, you know. And you got 2, I wouldn't say generous, you got 2 side pockets, okay, which cover the whole thing. So no, if you've got it buttoned down properly, nothing's going to get in there. There's no water getting in there. And then your release straps is pull, and that comes open. And at the moment I've got, which I should have put on, really, insect repellent, right, and a first aid kit. Because I've only come down the field. It's only 20 minutes from the house. There's no need for me to go mad today. All right, so that then goes over that loop, like that, and then the pin goes through there to fasten it down. Job done. So there's 2 of those. Oh, my dog, Reefy, say hello. This is Reef, my spaniel. He's wondering where I was, so he's come to have a look. Got another one on the other side, all right, and then inside is just a bucket, right? It's a bucket rucksack, simply. Grab handle on top, and then to undo, or to get into it, you undo these 2, so I can pop that Dutch Army poncho out of there now. That's gone. Flip that over the top. Then you've got your standard clips, right? Undo them, and then you're inside. And because it's waterproof, I love this part. You've got 2 flaps that come over either side. There's a fast clip on there. That one comes undone. Then if you've got a lot of stuff in there, you've got another fast clip there to hold it all down. That one goes. And then you've got a massive gaiter with a drawstring inside, right? And you could fill that right up if you want to, but just bear in mind, if you do fill that right up, you ain't going to get it down to get that flap over the top. There's not really any point in having that there, okay? There just isn't, because the top flap isn't big enough to cover it all, which is a shame. And inside there then it's just a bucket, okay? And I've got, what did I say? I've got a pillow in there, an inflatable pillow, and my Dutch Army poncho liner, just for illustration purposes at the moment. There's straps at the bottom here, alright, so you could probably pop some in through there if you wanted to. And the same on that side, there's like a compressor in there. Apart from that, that is it. It is very, very, very basic, but the build quality is fantastic. And like I said, right, now that it sits on an Alice frame, I love it. Because it's such a short, squat rucksack, it rides high on your back. And this was never ever designed for comfort, right? This was just designed to keep your stuff dry with a minimum of effort. So I'm going to pop you on pause a sec, and I'm going to pop it on, and I'll see if I can show you what it looks like on, all right? I'll be right back. Back, dudes. So this is what it looks like on, all right? Now, good waist strap with a quick release. I love that this aftermarket strap has got that pocket on there, and the chest strap as well. Otherwise it's wide on your shoulders, and you don't really want that, do you? Alright, let me come and get a bit of room by I come up to the trees for a sec. Alright, that's my a bit of a camp up behind us. Alright, now this is what it looks like on your back. See how high it rides? This is on the Alice pack frame. Now if it wasn't on the Alice pack frame, it'd ride even higher than that. But that now, like for me, ever since I've bought that Alice with the frame, that's revolutionised rucksacks for me, that is. It is so comfortable. And I watched a few videos with people who they've got that Swedish, is it the LK35? It is, isn't it? Yeah, the LK35 canvas backpack. It's 35 litres, Swedish made, and you can put that on a frame as well. They are serious money now online, because they haven't made them for quite a few years now. If you can find one in good condition, it's worth getting one, and they come with quite a bulky frame as well. I never thought I'd enjoy wearing a frame until I bought this, and now I'm completely converted. It is, load distribution is out of this world, right? It just is. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And the great thing is as well, I know you can't see it here, right? But there's a gap. I know, because I forgot the tripod, I can't do it properly, but there's a gap between the pack and your back, a considerable gap. The frame holds the bottom of the pack off your back, so it doesn't get sweaty. I don't care what you're doing, the only sweat you'll have on your back is the sweat you'd have even if you didn't wear a pack. If you're exerting yourself and the weather's warm and you're going to sweat on your back, that's the only sweat you're going to get. You're not going to sweat any more with this. Absolutely love it. So I don't think my Alice pack is waterproof, and I know it's probably 10 litres or so less than what this one holds. But if I'm doing a day kind of thing, right, and I want to take a stove with me, maybe a tarp to set up to spend the day, even a hammock, right? But I know it's going to rain, I'll wear my rain gear and I'll put this one on, because I know then at least that all my stuff is going to stay dry without fail. I've tested it, I've put a hose pipe on it, filled it up, put a hose pipe on it, nothing got through. Even with pressure from the hose, nothing got through. So anyway, I think Let me see what happens if I put it right over there. You see it? Right, I think for 20 quid you can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong with this pack. If you're looking for a waterproof pack for day hikes or an overnighter with the premise that you have to sling a bedroll underneath or on top of it, right, to do an overnighter, unless you've got mega lightweight and small compatible equipment. If you've got that and you're one of these people who, you know, ultralight hikers and stuff, well, hey, if you're an ultralight hiker, you're going to buy this. You're not, do you? Right? I'm not sure how much the frame weighs. People on here probably do, but to me it weighs nothing compared to the comfort you get from wearing it. The extra weight is worth it, without a shadow of a doubt. And I must have, I'll see if the wife's close, but I don't know if she can hear me. I've got to have close to a dozen rucksacks, right? I'm a little bit like I was with the cook kits. If I see something I like, then I'll pick it up, especially if I can get a good deal on it. I'm like that with rucksacks as well. And up until I got the Alice, the medium Alice with the frame, I was still searching. I'm no longer searching now. Does that mean I won't buy any more backpacks? I don't know. I've seen quite a few videos now on the Swedish LK35, and I gotta be honest, I like the look of it. So if one of those came up at the right price, yeah, I'd probably buy it, just to put my mind at rest. But anyway, Swiss M90 Rubberised Waterproof Rucksack. Don't know how much it holds. It's pushing 30 litres. It's probably more like 25. Okay, so if you can pack all your gear for an overnighter into 25 and undersling your bedroll or your sleeping bag or whatever in a waterproof bag, or on top, and you don't go too mad with your grub and all that, then this is fantastic. If you're off out for the day and you know it's going to rain, going shooting, fishing, whatever, like I do, then it's perfect. Because you've got enough stuff in it to last you the day. You get all your waterproofs in there, whatever you need, all your food, all your water for the day. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. It's £20, 20 British pounds. I don't know about you guys in the States. I don't know what the import duty would be on it. But if you're in the market for something waterproof and smallish, right, then it'd be worth making a phone call, or at least going online to Forces Uniform and Kit. If you do buy something from them, when it arrives at your door, it's pretty cool, because they're very clever about what they name their website or what they name their company. So if you take the first letter of the first two words of Forces Uniform and Kit, right, you've got FU. If we abbreviate it down, you've got FU Kit. So when the postman brought, I can't remember what I bought now. Oh, it was the sleeping bags, the Dutch Army sleeping bags. The postman knocked the door, and I answered it, and he said, "Jason, yeah. Oh, I got this for you." He said, "I love the name of this company. It's awesome," and then walked away laughing because it just said FU Kit. Fuck it on the box. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I recommend this pack as long as you've got an Alice frame to mount it on. Saying that, if you're only going to put a few things in it, like if you're going fishing, right, you're just nipping on the river for a few hours, or you're going shooting, you've got your waterproofs in the back, and you know, spare cartridges, and what else might you have in there? Okay, you know, your flask of soup or tea or coffee or whatever. If you're going to pack light, it's brilliant. If you want to do an overnighter and you need to pack it out to its full capacity, then it becomes extremely uncomfortable, and you know that you need a frame to put it on. And the Alice frame is perfect. And the Velcro wraps that I bought on eBay, like £3 for 10, something like that. or you can rig something up yourself. You could use paracord, right? It doesn't matter what you use, as long as you use something. But anyway, I know, look, the video's getting on again now, isn't it? You know what I'm like. I recommend this, as long as you've got an LS frame with it, or for day stuff. If you know you're going to get wet, if you know it's going to rain, this is fantastic. Alright, so I've been Jay. I hope you liked the video. If you did, have a look at my other videos as well. Have a look at the extremely long one I did on my collection of cook kits. I enjoyed doing it. I enjoyed reading your comments. I love the fact that some of you have subscribed and liked and all that stuff. That's why I'm doing this, to be honest, you know. And if you found this informative, and if you would like me to do a review on the Alice pack, I will. Now, the reason I haven't done it is because there are so many videos on YouTube of people doing reviews of their Alice packs, whether it be large or medium, right? There's so many on there, and most of them are American, and the Alice pack's American anyway. They know far more about the Alice pack than I ever will, probably. Okay. Blackie Thomas does a good one where he shows you Alice pack mods that he's done to it, like changing the straps and stuff like that. That's a good one to watch. I'm actually considering doing it myself, or I might just leave it the way it is. But anyway, if you have enjoyed this video, all right, and you found it informative and you want to see more, please hit like, hit subscribe, and then click the notification bell, and then once that comes up, hit all notifications, and you'll be notified then as soon as I drop a video. Because I'm really starting to enjoy doing this now, and because I've got so much gear, I think it's beneficial. I enjoy doing it. It's beneficial for you to watch it, because I might have some stuff that you don't have, that you might have thought about buying, but you haven't seen a good review. And I'll try and give you a good review every time. It'll be honest, because I'm not sponsored by anybody. Good God, I only got like 28 subscribers, so nobody's going to send me free stuff yet today, right? Anyway, I've been Jay. It's been great, and please like and subscribe. I'll see you next time, alright? Ta-ra.